Muhammadi, one of the members of Mishkat English House. In this video, in this session, I am going to talk about some of the basic titles that you ever see. You have ever seen. The titles are very easy. The title, okay, let's get started from the number one. Okay, title number one, if plus simple past plus would plus base form of the verb. So what do I mean by this structure here? This structure, if plus simple past plus would plus base form of the verb, this is second conditional sentence, type 2. So let's know, what is clause? Clause is a sentence which has a subject and predicate. And also about conditional sentences, we have 4 types of conditional sentences. Type 0, type 1, type 2, and type 3. So this is the structure of type 2. So type 2 talks about unrealistic situations, to talk about unlikely situations, to talk about unimaginary situations. Yes, it seems that this is simple past, but we use in present tense. It's not simple past. It's true that this is simple past. The verb is simple past, but we use in present tense. So, if plus simple past plus would plus base form of the verb. If you want to make an example, if I inherited $1 million, I will buy you a car. اگر من $1,000,000 گفته با ارث ببرم برای شما یک موتر میخرم. یعنی در حال هست. It's in present tense. We use in present. It's true that this is simple past, but we use in present tense. I hope got number one. Okay, title number 2, present perfect plus 4 and since. All of you know the definition of present perfect. Present perfect talks about an action which happened in and at a specific time in the past. So, we use for and since with present perfect. We use for period of an action. We use since for a point of an action. The starting of an action, we use for a point of an action. So number 3, present perfect or simple past. Present perfect, the differences between these two tenses that we use present perfect to talk about an action which happened in unclear time. It means that we cannot use the time expressions with present perfect. And also simple past, it talks about an action which happened at a specific time in the past. The time is clear. You can use when. You can use the time expressions with simple past. Then we cannot use with present perfect. We can use with simple past time expressions because the time is clear and you know when an action happened. Number 4 is expressing movement. Expressing movement. So here we talk about the verbs that they show movement. Example, like go, like bring, like take. They are the verbs that they show movement. Okay, title number 5, word order of phrasal verbs. So how can we use phrasal verbs in our sentences? We have 2 kinds of phrasal verbs, separable and separable. Those phrasal verbs that they don't take object, they are separable. Those phrasal verbs that they take object, they are separable. Then you will learn more about phrasal verbs during the video. Okay, number 6 is the passive. All of you know passive. We have 2 kinds. Active, passive. This is the passive. So, how can we use from passive? When the focus is more on the receiver of an action, we call that passive. And also we have some of the use of passive that we use passive for the beauty of the sentences. It's like this, that when you don't want to say who does the action, or when something happened or something done that you don't know who done it. Okay, so we have other use of passive. So let's get started. Talk about the structure of second conditional sentence type 2. Here we have saw. If I saw a snake, agar man یک مار را ببینم, I petrified man میترسم. So here we have saw. Saw is the second form of the verb that we use with second conditional sentence. So here saw is true. See, seen we cannot use here. Here the option B is correct one. Okay, question number 2. What would you do if a big dog attacked you? What would you do if a big dog attacked you? So here you see this is result cross. We brought result cross first. يعني classic نتيجة بنشوف ده أول آمده. And here we don't need use comma. There is no need to be used comma. What would you do if a big dog attacked you? چه خود کار کردی اگر یک سگ بزرگ شما را به طرف شما حمله کند یا به شما حمله کند. So here you would do and will you do their fault that we cannot use in this section, in this structure. Okay, next question. Okay, question number 3. I wouldn't buy that bike if I were you. I wouldn't buy that bike if I were you. مگه اگر من جای شما می بودم بایسکل نمی خریدم. So here wouldn't buy. This is the negative form of that structure. If I wouldn't buy that bike if I were you. So here you see that we changed into negative by not here. This is the negative form of that structure. And also this one also I told you before that we use in present tense. The meaning is in present. Yes, the structure is in simple past, but the meaning is in the present. درست از ساختارش در گذشته ساده هست اما معنایش در حال هست، در حال استفاده میشه. میگه اگر I wouldn't buy that bike من بایسکل نمیخریدم if I were you اگر جای تو می بودم. This is in present that you make your examples in present tense, but the structure is in simple past tense. Okay, dear friends, now we are in question 4. I have lived in this house since I was 12. I have lived in this house since I was 12. Dear friends, pay attention to this question number 4. I live in this house since I was 12. I lived in this house since I was 12. These two options are false here that we cannot use in this section, in this question. All of you know that this question is in present perfect tense, and all of you know that we have to use have with present perfect. However, has, they are the auxiliary verbs in present perfect tense. I have lived in this house since I was 12. من در این خانه زندگی کردم زمانی که 12 ساله بودم. یعنی از زمانی که 12 ساله بودم من در این خانه زندگی کردم. Yes, you know, this is true that the starting an action is completely true, it's clear, but we don't know about the continuation of an action, about the duration of an action, that it's still continue or no. About this, okay, live and lived that we can notice in this question, in this section. Next question. Okay, dear friends, question number 5. We haven't seen my uncle for a long time. We haven't seen my uncle for a long time. Dear friends, since during that we cannot use here. Since and during, okay, we cannot use in this question number 5. Why? Because here we talk about the duration of an action. We don't talk about point of an action. We talk about the duration of an action that foreshows of an action. We haven't seen my uncle for a long time. Here you see that foreshows the long time is the duration that they didn't see their uncle. We haven't seen my uncle for a long time. So here this question, and this question, option C is the correct option here. Okay, dear friends, question number 6. I have been married for 15 years. I've been married for 15 years. I got divorced in 2017. Dear friends, you have two options, am, was. You see and you know that this form or this question is in present perfect tense. This is a structure, I have been. Been is the third form of be. Be is or was where. Been is in present perfect. Been will be used in present perfect. I have been married for 15 years. Anybody ponza sol ازدواج کرده است. I got divorced in 2017 و در سال 2017 هم جدا شده یا طلاق گرفته. Okay, dear friends, question number 7. When did Ali die? Ali چی وقت مرد؟ When did Ali die? When was Ali die? When is Ali die? All of you know, dear friends, that here we have was and is that we cannot use here. When did Ali die? You know that this sentence is interrogative. This sentence is interrogative and did is the auxiliary verb in present in simple past tense. Did will change our sentence into interrogative here. Did helps the question to change into simple past. When did Ali die? That we cannot say because was where was shows being or said in the past. It shows being or said in the present tense. That we cannot use in this form because this form talks about an action. Okay, dear friends, question number 8. The golf ball went into the hole. The golf ball went into the hole. Dear friends, we have went on, went, and went into. See here, into. We use into with noun. Into will be used with a noun. Any كلمة into كيس any preposition into همراه یک اسم استفاده میشه. After أنا. یعنی اسم استفاده شد باز بعد از into یک دونه اسم باید استفاده شود. The golf ball went into the hole. We cannot say the golf ball went on the hole. It's false that we have to use into here. The golf ball went into the hole. Okay, dear friends, now question number 9. The door opened and 2 men came out. The door opened and 2 men came out. Here, came out is true that we cannot use came out of. If you use came out of, then we need a noun there. The door opened and 2 men came out. So here this form is true. If use out of, you have to use a noun there. Out of the house, out of. It means that you need a noun here. Here, this form, here you don't need any noun to be used. The door opened and 2 men came out. And also here we have out that we cannot use here. Okay, dear friends, now we are in question of phrasal verb. Your phone's on the floor. Your phone's on the floor. Pick it up. Dear friends, I told you we have two kinds of phrasal verbs, separable and inseparable. This is separable. Jiddo Pasir has. Your phone's on the floor. Pick it up. Here you see it. We used between them. And it separate them. Pick up. All of you know that phrasal verb. All of you know that phrasal verb is a particle. Particle can be adverb or can be preposition. Pick is verb here, up is adverb. Pick it up. Here it separates them. Your phone's on the floor. Pick it up. Here you see it. It is object here. And this is separable because object separates them. Okay, dear friends, question number 11. I have lost my keys. I have lost my keys. Can you help me? Look for them. Look them for and look after them. These two options are false here. Why? Because this one is inseparable. Inseparable, it means jidonopazir. We cannot separate them. I have lost my keys. Can you help me? Look for them. Look for. In this part, this is phrasal verb. And them is object here. I have lost my keys. Can you help me? Look for them. Here, option B is the correct option because look for is inseparable phrasal verb. Okay, dear friends, question number 12. The first book in the series was written 10 years ago. Yes, dear, here in this part, this is passive. The first book in the series was written 10 years ago. It means that the object of active sentence become the subject of passive sentence. Return, we use return because this is simple past, and we use third form of the verb or verb 3 or past participle in passive tense, in passive sentences. The first book in the series was written 10 years ago. Here, return is the correct option because we use third form of the verb or verb 3 or past participle in passive sentences. Right, wrote that we cannot use in this form because we cannot use first form or second form of the verb in passive sentences. Here, option C is the correct option. Okay, dear friends, question number 13. The watch was invented in the 19th century. The watch was invented in the 19th century. Dear friends, here option A is the correct option. Why? Because this tense or this sentence is in simple past. If you want to write the passive sentence, the passive sentence is a simple past tense that we use was here. And also, the watch, this is singular and was invented is the correct option here because the object is one. We have one watch, and cause of that was invented is the correct option here. Correct option here. Here we have were invented, and also here we have is invented. That we use were invented when the subject is plural. Is invented. This is passive form in present tense. In simple present, is and simple past become was or were. I hope you got question number 13. Okay, dear friends, question number 14. The milkmaid was painted by Vermeer. The milkmaid was painted by Vermeer. It means here if you want to focus on the object of the sentence, here we use by. The milkmaid was painted by Vermeer. We cannot use for and to here because we use by with, in passive sentences. It means when you want to focus on the object of an action. An example, by them or by Vermeer or because by him. If you want to use an object instead of Vermeer, you can say by Vermeer. It means that you focus a lot. You emphasizes a lot here. The milkmaid was painted by Vermeer. Here, by is a correct option because we use the preposition of by with this form in passive sentences. Okay, that friends, question number 15. The Eiffel Tower was completed in 1989. Dear friends, this is past. It means that if you want to talk about this sentence in present, if you want to write the active form of this sentence, this is simple past. And also, was completed. This is the passive form of past, simple past tense. The Eiffel Tower was completed in 1989. This is not in the present. And cause of that was completed is the correct option here. is going to that we cannot use is completed. This is the present is completed will be used in present tense, and was completed will be used in past tense because the sentence is in simple past. Because of that, was completed is the correct option here. So let's go next question. Okay, dear friends, question 16. My car was stolen last week. Dear friends, how many cars can you see here? We have only one car. My car. This is one car. Cause of that, was stolen is correct here. What is stolen? When you have my car. So if you say my cars, then you can say what is stolen. Here, my car is singular. You only have one car. That's singular. My car was stolen last week. See here, last week. This is the time expression in simple past tense. This is not in present. My car was stolen last week. We use was because the sentence is in simple past tense. Dear friends, question number 17. I can't hear the radio. We have turn there, turn it up. All of you know that as I defined you that verb plus particle is called phrasal verb. Verb plus particle is called phrasal verb. Particle can be adverb and can be preposition. So here, pay attention. This one, turn it up. This is separable. Separable means you can separate them. So how can you separate by object? The object that we have that you can separate. We have a lot of examples like this. Turn it up. Turn it. It is object here, and this one object separates these two. I can't hear the radio. Turn it up. Here, option B is the correct option because this is separable. Turn up it and none. So option C is none. That this one is the correct option here. Okay, dear friends, question number 18. If I found a good job, I would move to the US. اگر من یک وظیفه خوب پیدا کنم. Pay attention, this is in present. Yes, it's true that formation is in simple past, but the meaning is in the present tense. If I found a good job, I would move to the US. Here, see move. When you yes, we have this is the structure. Yes, you learned about the structure first. First, you learned about the structure. Would move. Would plus best form of the verb. Here we have would, and this we have move here. Will move. It's false that we cannot use here. Will be changed into would in a second conditional sentence. If I found a good job, I would move to the US. Here, would move is the correct option. Okay, dear friends, question number 19. This question is very easy and very important. if I were you, if I were you, would study a lot. Here we used were. If you think that why can't we use was here? No, in this form, in this uh, conditional sentence that we cannot use was. Yes, we use was in simple past. Example, was will be used with I, he, she, it, were with you, be, they, and here in this form, were will be used with all subjective pronouns. If I were you, if, example, if like this, if I were you اگر من جای شما می بودم I would study a lot زیاد درس می خواندم. Then again, you know that this formation is in simple past. The meaning is in the present tense that we use in present. See, if I were you اگر جای تو می بودم I would study a lot زیاد درس می خواندم. Yes, all of you know that this is unrealistic. This is unlikely situation. This is an imaginary situation that we used. If I were you, I would study a lot. So I hope you got question number 19, that this was very easy. Okay, dear friends, question number 20. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, اگر من فردا کار نکردم, I would help you شما را کمک میکنم. This is the negative form. If you want to change if you want to change your sentence into negative, like this. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I would help you شما را کمک خواهد کردم. Here have don't have to and didn't had, they are false because we cannot use, and didn't have to, this is true because we use in simple past tense. Okay, dear friends, we are in the at the end of the video. Thanks a lot for your watching. Dear friends, don't forget share our videos, subscribe our channel, like our channel, comment our videos, and share with your friends, support us. Until another videos, goodbye, have a nice time.